Scritty here, demondemon.com, and forgive the cold. My voice is a little bit croaky. This is an internet marketing roundup. What have we learned about internet marketing in 2014? And a couple of caveats to start off with. This isn't everything. There will be a book. And this is for solo internet marketers. It's not for you guys who are dealing with clients. It's for you guys trying to rank and bank with your own sites. So what are the main things that we've learned? And some of them are a little bit surprising. If you want to rank in SERPs, you're going to need links, dude. That hasn't changed. For commercial search terms, you need links. Probably fewer and higher quality now than you did in 2009, 10, 11, but you still need them. And you need enough to beat the guy above you or below you, whatever. You need links. That hasn't changed. Off-site content for link building still doesn't matter. What do I mean by that? Absolute plagiarized content does matter. Google could spot the same sentences used over and over again, and it does a little bit of n-gram analysis and stuff like that, I'm sure, these days. But generally speaking, scraped, spun content just works. It ranks. It gets indexed. It shouldn't. We were told, with these Google updates for the last 4 or 5 years that this would stop happening. It still does, and I don't see any difference in how well it works now than how well it worked in the mid-2000s. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, who the hell cares what content you use? Certainly not Peter Griffin. Here's another one that really surprised me. 301 redirect to get around a penalty. Yeah, it still works. I mean, I've got a bit of egg on my face here. Almost. I did give it till I think it was June or July of 2015. I said that will stop working. But 2/3 of the time's gone. I think at the beginning of 2014 I said this is going to stop at some point. And at the end of 2014, and it still works. It has to be done a little bit more subtly, perhaps, than it was a year ago. But for most people trying it, it still works. Can't get my head around that. Here's one. According to Searchmetrics, and wait for it. This really is a killer. I know, I'm egging this up a little bit. This goes contrary. What I'm about to show you now goes contrary to what every white hatter tells you. Okay, they'll proselytize and extemporate all sorts of crap about what I'm about to tell you, and what they're telling you is provably and measurably wrong. And for some of you, you're going to go to Searchmetrics. I put the link when I put this on Demon, check it out for yourself. The figures. What is it? Content got less important as a ranking factor for the second year running. Yes, content on your site has dropped further and further down as a percentage ranking factor, according to Searchmetrics, which are the only ones really doing this to any great extent. But it's also backed up by people on Moz have found something similar as well. Yuck. Chewy spit. Content has got less important. Now, don't get me wrong, in 2012 it was mondo important. It was on the up. It had climbed from the mid-2000s to a really high place. It was pushing links, but in 2000, and it's still high, but it's dropped back a little bit in 2013 and a little bit again in 2014. So the endless march of content as it's going to take all over everything. That's been completely not what's happened. It hasn't been the exorable march onwards with content. It's stalled. It may go up again. I've no idea. I really didn't think it would stall. I thought the climb would peter off and it would climb a little bit slower, but I didn't think it would actually go backwards. But yeah, go figure, it has. 41% of all internet marketers, according to their Twitter hashtags and the use of Twitter, quit in 2014, and even allowing for the new people that joined in 2014, the number is still down by about 25%. There are a lot less internet marketers than there were 15 months ago. Again, I'll put a link to the original research on this on demondemon.com so you can check it out for yourself. Why is that? Because a lot of people are rubbish at it, to be fair. A lot of people didn't put the effort in. I think it's a tap for free money and all that kind of stuff and requires no work or whatever. Again, I'm talking about internet marketers here. I'm not talking about people who have a client base and who serve real businesses, websites, and as clients and whatnot. I'm talking about people who set up sites generally to sell affiliate products or whatever, or that kind of thing. But loads have quit. Now, Twitter hashtag for things like Guru and all that kind of stuff, that's not an infallible metric, but it's pretty good. And it seems to, if you look at the number of posts that have been created on things like Warrior Forum, compare 2014 with 2013, with Traffic Planet, even Blackout World, you'll notice a lot less were created, which just shows it was about that amount as well, which shows so much less activity. That is fantastic news for you guys who do have a bit of skill, are prepared to put a bit of time and effort into it, because it means there's less competition. The amount of money being created on the internet is only going up. There's now just less people looking for a slice of the cake. There's a few caveats to that, so we'll move on. Summary: Penguin and Panda are iterative. Okay, they're the big things. Why have I mentioned them up to now? Well, I just thought I'd give them a slide on their own. They do the same general thing every time they run. They do it slightly differently. They'll look at your content slightly differently. Penguin will often pick on a particular link platform, all that kind of stuff. But it's roughly the same thing. We know what's coming. Pelican seemed a bit lazy. It may be the reason why content's gone down in importance since Pelican came out. They're perhaps relying on that. Maybe it's part of a big plan to sucker people, because Google, let's face it, are evil. They like to actually trick people into doing something wrong, so then they can punish them. That seems to be pretty much their modus operandi. And let's not forget, as I've said loads of times, they're a for-profit, privately owned company, shareholder, profit-driven. They are not interested in providing the best customer or user service if that deviates from their bottom line. While there is a strong correlation between providing a great service and making more money, they will of course do it, but they're not the same thing. Service providers will tell you, yeah, there's a massive correlation between the quality of the service and the amount of profit your company make, but they're not synonyms for each other. There are differences there. There are shortcuts that can be made. There are all sorts of things that can be done along the route, and Google are good at taking all of those. I don't know why they do it, because they do some pretty good stuff. The Google Docs is pretty good. They've got plenty of good stuff going on, but they are at heart a bunch of tossers. Remember that. Page 1, whoa, typo. Page 1 of all search engines and even social media pages are littered with paid ads for highly commercial terms. So Facebook, if you go to search bar on Facebook or Twitter and you type in something commercial like car rental or golf holidays, whatever you want, you will notice a load of, the page will fill with adverts. It's not just Google, Yahoo and Bing and Lycos or whatever you go onto now. Twitter as well, which for years wasn't advertising, now it'll spray ads. So start using them. Don't fight against it. It's not going to change. These people are going to monetize. Start using them. If you go onto the Demon SEO Facebook page, you'll see I've never really put more than $10 on any campaign, and yet some campaigns I've got 400 or 500 likes, shares, all the rest of it. Now, likes aren't worth a great deal, but it does get you content indexed. It builds up your fan base. It gets some click through to your site, and you're still paying pence or cents to get that done. So don't fight it. Consider using it if you've got a few dollars to spare, because it really is, it's chump change sort of thing you can do. But fighting against it, it's only going in the one direction. Okay, now here's the thing. There's a battle going on, and I'm going to post something in a day or two about this battle, which isn't really a battle, because there are two sides that aren't opposed to each other. They're just different opinions, and they work in different ways. And the same as there are in many things in society, people with one view will fight people with the other view. Even though there's plenty of room in society for both to carry on perfectly happily on their own side, they'll make out it's an either-or situation, which it isn't. The same happens with brand and authority sites on the one hand, and churn and burn micro-niche sites on the other. You get people on BHW and whatever slagging each other off about their methodologies. That don't work, this works, this is the only thing that works. Pack it in, guys. Both work, and any number of different things in the rainbow in between. You can build 2 or 3 sites with good brand and authority, and they will work. You can build 50, 60 sites quickly, a site a day using churn and burn in micro niche, and that will work. You're not competing with each other. For a start, you're probably not in the same niches, are you? Because the one brand and authority sites lend themselves to one thing, and churn and burn lends itself to another sort of niche. So don't fight with each other. Don't claim the other guy's wrong for saying this and you're right for that, because he might not be doing the same as you. Don't give or take unqualified advice from people. Buy this product, it's brilliant, it does that. What, for my site? You know my market, you know my competition, no, you don't. Don't take advice, don't give advice that is unqualified by, well, if you're looking to do this, and it's this sort of key phrase, and the competition is such and such, always look for the thing. But there's two general sides to this: brand and authority on one side, churn and burn on the other. No right or wrong. Another typo. Blame it on my cold. Do what fits your skill set. Alright guys, well that's just been a fraction over 10 minutes from one of my shorter videos. Oh, it's made the whole screen blue, isn't it? Scritty, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm probably going to do quite a political little video between Christmas and New Year, and then a merry Happy New Year one later. I might wait till I've got rid of this cold before I do another video as well. But have a great Christmas guys, and I'll see you in the new year. ScrittyDemondemon.com, signing off.